All right, now we'll screen share again. Sorry about that, Amy.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go, everybody.
All right, so welcome to Spread the Love class. I'm Amy Young, and I'm excited to partner with Julie and Kevin Wilson. Kevin's man in the chat, also known as Leah on the screen is really Julie. So we're excited to bring you this class. I started oiling in March of 2017, and Julie, you've been doing it a whole lot longer than me. I don't know how long exactly, but
7 years.
A lot. 7 years. So let's dive into spreading the love. What do you say? All right, hit to the next one. So the three of us, Kevin and Julie and myself, are all musicians, both vocal and instrumental. Well, Kevin, do you play anything?
I play the radio.
Radio. Okay, there we go. So I couldn't resist a nod to music with this. I'm going to go through two quick sets of 3 about oils. So the first set of 3, I want to tell you about essential oils, and they are, drum roll please. They are safe, so they're 100% natural. There are no addictions to them. There are no side effects to them. They are made from extracts of plants. They have amazing health benefits. doTERRA's oils are certified pure tested grade. They're third-party tested, which is kind of exciting. And they are pure and very potent. And the second thing about them is they're incredibly effective. They're more effective than modern approaches to health problems, and they actually can permeate the cell membrane, which a lot of, most things can't permeate the cell membrane. So that makes their effectiveness, it amps it up quite a bit. And the third thing is they're incredibly affordable. They're more affordable than traditional medical care. If you look at them, divide out the number of drops in the bottle, end up being pennies per dose, and you can actually save quite a bit of chunk of change in medical costs, especially if you do it preventively and not reactively. So the second set of 3, be careful with my fingers, right? There are 3 ways to use oils. Robin Taylor, I bet you're hee-haw laughing at that one because you know that.
I don't know that much.
Yeah, you're laughing too, but Robin witnessed it firsthand, didn't you, Robin? Anyway, so the first way to use oils is aromatically. You can diffuse them or inhale them just directly from the bottle. Basically, just take it and get a good old whiff. If you diffuse or inhale oils, they positively affect your mood. They can cleanse the air, and they can help support the respiratory system. I am a former candle user, and now I use oils to customize and tailor what I want, depending on what I'm going through emotionally, what physical support I might need, and also just what I like to smell. So you can diffuse them. I actually have a diffuser going behind me, and I don't know, I can't see myself on my iPad, so I don't know if you can see that in the background, but I have a diffuser going. You can drop it on a tissue. You can do what?
Scoot to the left or the right.
To the left.
I see the little light. There you go. We see it.
Like crisscross. I feel like I'm doing the cha-cha slide or something. Yeah. So you can do all those things, and I have someone coming up my driveway. I hear them coming. Sarah's boyfriend. All right, the second way you can use them is topically. And I know that is a chunk of stuff there on the right-hand side of the screen. But you can use oils topically. There are lots of benefits to topical use of oils, from localized pain and tenderness to providing support throughout your body. Using oils topically is a fantastic way to do them. Go back to that other slide. Those things on the right-hand side there are reflexology points. And I know it's really hard to read, but there's lots of references that you can find outside of tonight, and you could Google it and find it. Or I have several books that are essential oil books that have those reflexology points. But there are a lot of different places on your body that affect different places in your body. It's kind of funny to think that way. I'll give you one crazy example with a sty. So Tim and Sarah both had sties at different times. But anyway, a little bit of tea tree to the bottom of your foot on your toe, your second toe, all around it, and it gave incredible support and quickness of the relief of the sty. So it's kind of crazy to put oils on your toes to affect your eyes, but it really did. One thing about your feet is that's an incredible place to apply oils. Your pores on the bottom of your feet are very large and they intake the oil quickly. Dilution of oils is a great thing to do here. To dilute them, fractionated coconut oil is a great way to do it. You can basically use any kind of oil, even just the olive oil from your kitchen. Dilution does not reduce the effectiveness. And honestly, it gives it a better effectiveness. Why? Well, because the oils are able to absorb into your skin and they don't flash off, or they don't absorb into the air. And the carrier oil helps to drive it on into your skin. Diluting with the carrier oil also helps to relieve sin sensitivity. No, not sin sensitivity, skin sensitivity. If you're sensitive to sin, oils are not going to help. But if you dilute oils, it will help if you have sensitive skin, primarily children, younger people, and those who have older, more mature skin. There are a few oils that are hot. They're considered hot, like oregano and cinnamon, lemongrass, and those definitely should be diffused if you're using those topically. Okay. And then the third way, my last set of 3, is you can use oils internally. So if you look there on the middle of the screen, there is a little picture of, and I can't tell where my camera is. I can't see my face. Can you see the supplement box on here? Am I close to the camera?
Yes.
I don't know. I have
big enough.
a bottle of oil here in my hand. So on the oil, there is, if it has a supplement box, and you can see that there on the middle of the picture, you can take them internally. There are many ways you can do internal, and I must say here that it's absolutely a personal preference. Some people are not comfortable doing oils internally, and that's totally up to you. You can still get such benefit from just diffusing or just using them topically. Make sure that you confirm that there's that supplement box on the label. doTERRA also has several products that are ready-made for internal use. One of my favorite is Tri-Ease. And again, I hope you can see, I'll hold it in front of my face. How's that? Because I know you can see my face. So they are little soft gels that have the oils already in them and already made for you. You can also use oils internally in water. I have some in my water here. You can put them under your tongue. That's not something I have done. I know Kevin and Julie, Julie's got her water too. I know they both use them under their tongue, and I actually use oils in cooking. doTERRA has this cute little cuisine blend that they came out with for Christmas. But even if you don't have that, you can still use them. I use peppermint all the time in brownies. It makes delicious brownies. Some people use spearmint in the brownies. Anyway, you can cook with them. And if you know me, you know I love to cook, and I use them all the time. A couple days ago, I actually used ginger in a Korean beef bowl. So anyway, so you can use them internally.
Recipe in the group, please.
Do what?
Recipe in the group, please.
Oh, there is a recipe?
No, I'm saying we need you to post it.
There is after you put it in there.
The Korean beef bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, it was really good. We've made it twice. I got it from Jessa, I think.
Awesome.
I saw her comment on someone else's post. So I think that's all I have. Internal. I just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, I got distracted. Internal and topical and aromatically. So you do need to consider essential oil safety. You can go to the next slide. They're very safe and gentle to use with few side effects. Keep them out of your eyes and your ears and your nose. Dilute them with the carrier oil. If you look here at the bottom, you can see a lot of oils will tell you that they can be used aromatically, topically, or internally, the A, T, and I, and then skin sensitivity, especially if you have a book like an oil Bible or an oil reference guide, they'll have these things on here, whether you need to dilute or you need to use, it's sensitive for skin, or it can be used topically with no dilution or neat. One thing to remember is that when you dilute, always dilute with another oil, like a coconut oil or olive oil. Do not dilute with water. Water and oil do not mix. And if you get a hot oil on your skin without diluting it and you try to wash it off with water, it does not work. It burns worse. So just a little bit of caution there. So let's talk about in your water. So that I have in my water tonight, Slim and Sassy. It's orange and grapefruit and has a little bit of peppermint in it. So it's got a little bite to it with peppermint. I love it. You can use wild orange and lemon. Lemon's great for helping clean out your body. Digestin is fantastic for, is that what you have in yours is lemon?
I have lemon today.
Lemon today. So there are all kinds of different ones you can put in your water. The oil for this month that's 10% off through doTERRA's green mandarin. It's not listed on here. It's fantastic in water. I love it, and to diffuse it too. But anyway, so you can put them in your water. Some people put them in coffee, or you can make a turmeric latte. I don't care for lattes, and I've never made one, but Julie, you guys make them, don't you?
It's really good.
Very good.
Yeah. So lots of different ways you can put oils in your water, in your glass, and what you're drinking, coffee or tea. So let's talk about littles. Who's on here? Let me look and see the participants.
We have Lindsay's on.
Lindsay joined us. Lindsay, yay. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. I don't know. So most of us have, I know Robin has adult children. Becky has adult children. Well, one's still in high school. Amy has adult children. So some of this may not be applicable.
Lindsay has
littles. She has littles and a new baby.
And some littles.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
We have some people that are watching the recording that need for littles as well. So you go
very good. But let me tell you though, the things I'm gonna tell you for littles are still applicable to us biggers, right? Us big people can use them. So always supervise your kids when they're using oils. Give them a smaller dose of oil than what you would take for yourself. Always dilute them for children. Watch for sensitive areas. Particularly with citrus oils, they are sun sensitive. So do not use citrus oils on your skin if you're going to be out in the sun. With the exception of green mandarin, is that correct?
Mandarin is not photosensitive. All the rest of the citrus are.
Green mandarin is the only one that's not photosensitive. And if you're going to use essential oils, if you have health concerns with your children, make sure you consult your physician before you do them. I wish I had discovered oils when my kids were younger. They're now getting ready to be 23 and 20, but it's never too late to start. So, all right, to the next slide. Here's a great dilution guide. If you want to pull out your phone and screenshot this one, if you're watching it on your computer, I guess if you're watching it on your phone, you screenshot it from your phone. But here's a great dilution guide when you're making a roller ball, and you can see for 0 to 12 months, 1 to 5 years, 6 to 11 years, and 12 to 17 years. It's just a great way to dilute the oils. And you see that little picture on the side there with the, Roger, did you get peppermint oil in your eye again? Don't worry, I'll apply some fractionated coconut oil and you'll be fine. So and don't forget.
The regular size roller bottles are the 10 milliliter for people who are brand new. That gives them.
Yes. And doTERRA has them on their website and they are fantastic. I actually price compared them and they are a great bargain. They're not jacked up. Some people are afraid of that, but they're not. They're great cost, great price. And also the top of the roller ball, I don't know if you can see that, it actually covers the ball quite a bit more. If you look at the one in the picture, the top of this part right here doesn't quite cover the ball. And I've actually had one ball roll off of my roller ball at the hair salon across the floor and out of the hair. That was kind of gross. Okay, so the next one.
Better like these. And when you empty a roller bottle, you can repurpose these as well. I do all the time. So
yeah, buddy. So with your littles, they need some nutritional support too. If you'll go to the next slide, Julie. So did anybody take Flintstones vitamins as a kid? I did. I always thought they were candy instead of being good for me. But not long ago, I found out that supplements are actually doTERRA's biggest part of their business. I thought it was the oil, but it's actually the supplements that are the biggest part of their business. So I wanted to touch on these few that they have for children. The A to Z is a chewable, that's a fantastic all-around supplement for kids and also for adults. It's a watermelon flavored chewable tablet. You can see a picture of them there on the bottom of the screen underneath that pineapple. And that's just a great all around supplement for your kids. The next one that they have, Yes.
I have to say that I do not like watermelon, but I love the taste of those. So I
Okay.
don't think they completely taste like watermelon. So I don't know if your kids don't like watermelon, they probably will still like these because I do not like watermelon at all. And I love the flavor of these chewables. So
He's not supposed
Okay,
to
cool.
taste them. He's like stealing candy from a baby.
well, I don't want to give my kids a bad product, so I have to test it out, right?
Right. Right. Well, it says adults can take them too.
Absolutely.
So there you go. And you're a kid at heart, right? Okay, so you can't forget the omega-3s for your littles. Just a great product here to help support a healthy cardiovascular system and your nervous system and immune function. So this is a liquid, and it's just a great thing to get in your kids and help support their body. And the third one is a probiotic. You can't leave those out for your littles either. I actually have a few of those. I thought I had the A to Z, but I couldn't find it. So these PB Assist things, these little sachets, as they call them, really like pixie sticks. You can put them in your water, like a water flavor enhancer, or you can take the top off and pour it in like a pixie stick. So it's a great probiotic for your kids.
My kids hate them.
Do what?
They want them straight up into their, but other kids like them in. So it's great flexibility. Can I say one more thing about the IQ Mega? So I
Absolutely.
have one kid that loves this and one kid that hates it. And so you can also add it to smoothies, pour it over oatmeal, use it as a salad dressing, and adults can benefit from this as well. But there's lots of ways that you can get it into their foods if they don't like taking it on a spoon. And it's like, because it's wild orange flavored. And so it blends well into a lot of things.
That's a great information. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, so who did you say on here? Oh, we just had a baby, not still pregnant.
Lindsay,
So the next slide, Lindsay, was that what you said?
Yes.
So Lindsay can probably, and with other littles, the lavender here, the Margie, I'm telling you, my mom has a secret weapon for the dreaded nap time called lavender essential oil. Every time she puts it on the bottom of my feet, I fall right asleep. It's horrible. So that's fantastic for everyone, for littles, for big people like us, and fatigue. When you're fatigued, wild orange is an incredible boost. If you take a drop and put it in your hand, rub them together, and just inhale, it's like being right smack in the middle of an orchard in Florida. It's a great, yay! It's a great opener up. If you have a baby with colic or reflux, lavender is great. Make sure that you go back to that dilution chart and dilute to the proper ratio for children, depending on how old your child is. And digestin is fabulous for all things tummy. So
yes, Kevin, it did help.
Did it? Oh, great. So Amy, it's funny that you mentioned that because Lindsay was talking to me in the office today that Cade, her new baby, is having some digestive issues. He's been very uncomfortable and having a hard time going. So I actually had an empty bottle at the office, a roller ball, and I gave her a roller ball of fractionated coconut oil and a couple drops of the digestin. And apparently she used it and said that it's helping. So
sweet.
Yay.
He's not
now.
Do what,
fantastic.
I said he's not yelling, so
Yay.
We'll take that, right?
Right.
Yep. All right. So ta-da, here's our kids line. This came out a few years ago. And the video that they used to promote it was just hilarious because the kids were stealing their parents' oils and being sneaky about it. And then the parents gave them their own. So there are several different blends. Thinker, which is for focus and clarity and alertness. Calmer is bringing a sense of calm. Stronger is a protective blend, immune support. Tamer is kind of the kids' version of digestin. Steady is a grounding and relaxing blend. Rescuer is a soothing blend. It's kind of like, well, I'll show you the next slide what it pairs with. And Brave is one for courage. So these are fantastic for your littles. They're already diluted to the proper ratio, and they're just easy to get to use. The labels on them actually are a little textured, so they're easy for little hands to hold on to. And what's interesting about littles is kids are intuitive on these kinds of things. You can hand them several bottles of this, take the lids off and let them smell them, and they can pick out what their little body needs. And you can trust them with these things. They're safe and they're all natural and they're great for your children. So if you go to the next slide, I'll give you what the little one version is and what the big version is. So Steady is kind of equivalent to Balance, that grounding blend. Brave is kind of a motivate, kind of equal to Motivate, just to give you courage and help you to press on what you're doing. And Thinker is great for Intune. Is equal to or close to Intune. It's great for focus. Calmer is close to Serenity. All things calm, all things peaceful, all things serene. Deep Blue and Rescuer, those are the two that are like muscle and body support. Stronger and On Guard, those are the similar ones. Again, the immune support, protection for your body. And Tamer and Digest Them, all things digestive. I have someone who says from the mouth to the south. So anyway, that's the kids blends, and we'll go to the next one. I could not, those are all the kids blends. So the next slide, I could not talk about On Guard. I don't think I could ever effectively sing the praises of On Guard to meet how fantastic it is. It offers incredible support and benefits. You can apply it to surfaces to kill bacteria and germs and pathogens. You can diffuse it in your room to provide immune support. You can rid the area of bacteria and viruses and mold and fungi. You can apply it topically with a massage to your feet. A fantastic place to put it, on your back, up and down your spine, your shoulders, your neck, and offer immune support. You can apply it with a lymphatic massage. If you're starting to feel sick or have the onset of illness, or during illnesses, you can actually take 2 or 3 drops internally, or you can take the On Guard Plus. It's just the little soft gel. They're fantastic. You can get the mouthwash. I went and rated all the places and got all the products. The toothpaste, fantastic. This is a great product. You should never be without this, the sanitizing spray. Word of caution, when you take the lid off, make sure where this is pointing when you spray, and make sure it's not pointing to your face and you spray it in your eye. It does not feel good. Been there, done that. There's also the hand wash. We have this at every sink in our house, and the concentrated cleaner. And I'll talk about that more in just a little bit. There is laundry detergent, but I absolutely cannot not tell you about this new product.
Today. It's available today.
These are On Guard, and I'm not going to open it because I can't waste it. I got this in the convention kit, and it's like a wet wipe, but the official word is impregnated with On Guard. So it has On Guard all through it, and you can use it to wipe down anything. Fantastic. What is that?
Kitchen, where she spotted Alvin taking something out of the oven.
All right, so that's On Guard. Fantastic product. So let's talk about our critters. And my little critter right there in the middle just came bounding up the steps and running through the kitchen. That's Sadie. I call her Sadie Bug. She weighs 33.8 pounds, and she is a 18-week-old lab puppy. And here she is. Hey, Sadie Bug. Can you see her? I don't know if you can see her.
Yeah.
Anyway, she is a mess. So let's talk about our critters. Let's talk about dogs and cats and horses and birds and reptiles and even chickens. So your critters, here's some simple guidelines. Know your pet, their age, their species, their health, their size. Know that. Read their reaction. Don't just arbitrarily give them an oil. Let them smell it from the bottle, like let them come to it. Don't stick it up under their nose. Let them select it. There are some oils that they don't like, and that's just a personal thing, kind of like us. Always dilute your oils with your pets, and never ever diffuse your oil in a place that your pet cannot escape from. And I don't mean escape from your house. What I mean by that is don't put them in their kennel with the door shut and diffuse right beside them. Don't diffuse in the bedroom with the door shut. Always diffuse where they have a place that they can get away from it. Okay. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe? All right, let's go to the next slide. So there are some products that doTERRA has that has xylitol in them. The On Guard toothpaste, the mouthwash, the peppermint beadlets, the On Guard beadlets, the PB Assist Junior, the Slim and Sassy gum, and the Digest tabs. Don't let your animals get a hold of those. They are toxic to your animals, okay? So there's my warning for you on that. Kind of self-explanatory. So here are some popular oils for animal care. And you know what's interesting? These are the same popular oils for people care. For adults, these are some of my favorite oils. Frankincense. I won't read you what they do for each of them, but if you want to screenshot this one, this is a fantastic one to screenshot. Frankincense, lavender, all things calming. Oh my goodness, you can put it on your pet. And anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk about them, didn't I? Helichrysum, Digestin, again, for the mouth of the south, all kinds of digestive things, great for road trips. Aroma Touch, Copaiba or Copaiba, On Guard, Balance, Myrrh, and Roman Chamomile or Chamomile, ever how you say it, personally. So I'll give you just a second more to screenshot that. Fantastic ways that you can use them with your pets. And funny thing is, it's the same way you can use them for yourself. Okay. The next one. Yes, was somebody gonna say something?
I know.
No.
You know.
Okay, so there are some oils you should avoid with some of your animals. So for dogs, avoid birch and tea tree or melaleuca and wintergreen, and then use caution with the others. Same thing with cats, all citrus oils, birch, tea tree or melaleuca, peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. And with pocket pets, oregano, thyme, cassia, cinnamon, and tea tree. So use caution with those oils for those species, okay? So let's talk about cats. Anyone have a cat? Go to the next slide and see what we have to say about cats. I don't have a cat. I'm allergic to cats. I got Bert up there saying here, kitty, kitty. So here's a great one to screenshot for your pet if you have cats. Some great ways to use them. Lavender, Serenity, and Balance to spray on there to help soothe anxious feelings. Peace and Balance are great ones to use when you have a new pet. Cardamom is great for digestion and hairballs. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about dogs. You saw my Sadybug. My dog is my best friend. So older dogs often have inflammation issues. Copaiba with frankincense and or Copaiba and frankincense, or frankincense by itself or Copaiba by itself. Those are fantastic for inflammation. Popular places to put oils on dogs are on their ears. You can just get it on your hands and rub it on their ears and it wafts in front of their nose. That's a great place. Avoid putting them on their nose and their ears and the eyes and in their private parts. Those are places to avoid. You can actually make a flea and tick spray. You can use aloe vera juice and distilled water and cedar wood and lavender, geranium, and lemongrass. Okay, so let's see what's next. Horses. I don't have any horses. I have a friend who lives in Florida who uses On Guard on her horse's hooves for something that horses get. And I don't know about horses, so I don't know what to tell you that it is. I shouldn't have told you that if I didn't know, should I? Anyway, so lots of different ones. Again, frankincense and Copaiba for pain and inflammation. Digestin for tummy stuff, just like us. Basically the same things for us if you have horses. All right, I will keep on going. Bye, guys. One of my babies are leaving. All right, chickens. Anybody have chickens? Love you. My sister has chickens. I think she has over or close to 80 chickens and ducks. So she is a chicken lady and she calls it chicken math. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, you can, I know. And let me tell you, they make some delicious eggs. Good stuff. They're nothing like a fresh chicken egg. All right, so chickens, you can use On Guard in their water for immune support. You can put oregano in their feed. It's a fantastic antibiotic. You can clean with the On Guard cleaner. You can also diffuse in their area if they're having respiratory issues. So I'll leave that up there for a second for chickens. And the next one we'll talk about are birds. Like other kinds of birds. Yes, the chicken is a bird. But we'll talk about birds. So avoid diffusing hot oils. Don't put the diffuser close to your bird. They're very sensitive to that. So here's a few things for bird moms.
For people that are new, Amy, can you just share a little bit what a hot oil is, like cinnamon, oregano?
Yes. So
example.
Oregano, lemongrass, cassia. So those are oils that are hot to your touch, hot to the skin. They have a warming sensation, and you just really need to, personally, if you're going to use them on your own self, to dilute them, and with birds here, to avoid using them when you're diffusing or misting. I guess they don't mix very well. So those hot oils, if you have a reference book, you'll show you in the reference book that it's a hot oil. So you don't always have it. It's great. It's the best thing to have. It's kind of like an essential oil Bible, a great reference. And you don't have to remember all these things. I consult mine all the time. There are also several apps that are great for that too. So how's that? Does that help? Is that what you needed to know? Okay, so what's next? Lizards, reptiles. Yes, you can actually use oils with reptiles. Some of the common ones are citrus oils, and the calming oils like lavender and Roman chamomile and copaiba. Tea tree, or also melaleuca. Some people call it melaleuca. Oregano, which is a hot oil, so you would need to dilute that one if you use it, and frankincense. So anybody have any lizards or reptiles?
Do the geckos
Anybody say
outside count?
Do what?
He said, do the geckos outside count?
Oh, you guys have a lot of them around there. Yeah. So there are lots of references for using oils, loving your critters with oils. There's actually a board that doTERRA has. Janet Rourke is one of our, she sits on one of the boards for doTERRA. She has a fantastic Facebook page and quite a few references. Julie, if you'll pop that next slide, there's a couple of books there. If you go on her Facebook group, Essential Oils for Pets, I think is what it is. Again, it's Janet Rourke, JANETROARK. She actually has a 17-page resource guide that's free. I've downloaded it. It's called Essential Oils and Safety for Pets. If you have pets, I would really, really recommend downloading it. You basically just put your email address in, and I've not really gotten a lot of spam from her, so don't worry about that. But it's a great reference for pets. So you can go to the next slide. I think a lot of people have dogs, and you can actually use canine reflexology. It has the same benefits that it has for humans. And Julie, if you'll pop to the next screen and look at their pads of their feet. So their hind paws, and you can see that the pad that's noted as number 1 is eyes. If they were having issues with their ears, it's the one that's pad number 3. So you can see how the different pads, how it coordinates with different areas of their body. And if you want to screenshot that, that's a fantastic thing to screenshot if you want to use some oils to help support your dogs, any issues they have. And then the next page, the next slide, is basically the instructions. And I won't read through those. If you're interested in doing the reflexology for your dog, I would say go ahead and screenshot that. And if you have questions, you can reach out to me or Julie and Kevin for reflexology with your pet. So let's go on to loving our home. I think everybody lives someplace, whether it's something you rent or something you own or something you're renting to own. You can love your home with oils. So why clean with essential oils? They are they're fantastic to clean. They're potent and powerful. They're safe and natural and effective. There's no toxicity in them, no toxic chemicals. They're just fantastic to use. It invites, it's an inviting aroma. It's clean. It's a great thing. Very versatile in your options and what you can use. If you go to the next slide, Julie. So the science behind it, I love the geeky science stuff about oils and why they work like they do. I don't know why that makes me tick like it does, but I love to read the science behind them and the different chemical constituents in the oils and what they do. It's just incredibly interesting. And each essential oil has a unique chemical profile, and they have different percentages of those different chemicals that they have. And that's why they're so versatile and why they're so easy to use. So one of the ones that you need to do, or one of the things you need to look at, are safety guidelines. So make sure you use pure tested grade essential oils for the best results. And guess who has that? doTERRA. They are third-party tested, like I told you a little bit earlier. Anytime you use essential oils, when you use doTERRA essential oils, you can be sure that they're the highest quality oils, and there are no fillers, no synthetic additives that will decrease their potency. There's no junk in them. No extra things added. When they are used in the proper amount, when you use high quality oils in your home, you'll have safe cleaning, and you'll have peace of mind knowing that what you're using is pure and has true cleaning benefits. You only need a small amount. A little bit goes a long way. Make sure you test in the area before you clean with it, and keep it in a safe place to store it, in a dark bottle, like this. That way that the oils are not damaged by the light. Okay, UV rays and other types of light will sometimes alter their chemical composition, and you don't want that. All right, so there are some homemade cleaning solutions. White vinegar is a fantastic. That's actually what's in here. I have some of the On Guard cleaner, concentrated cleaner, some vinegar, a little bit of water, and I think I have On Guard and cinnamon in here. Yeah, it smells good, and vinegar. Baking soda is fantastic for scrubbing things down, as is salt. And Castile soap is great for lifting dirt and stains and grease. If you make your own essential oil cleaning solutions and store them for future use, make sure, I shook this a little bit, but you can see that the oils will separate from whatever you have in here, the water or vinegar. So give it a little shake before you use it so you can mix it up, okay? So homemade cleaning solutions, you can do it. So how much should you use? If you want a strong, what do you call this? I just completely went blank. A strong solution, use 5 drops for every 2 to 3 cups. Stronger, so you just keep increasing up and up. Okay, so essential oils that have cleaning products, that's fine. Go ahead to that next one. We've talked about the basics of cleaning. Let's talk about some specific oils you can use. Remember I said that the chemical properties are different from each oil, and this slide lists some of the best essential oils for cleaning based on their chemical profiles. It's great. Each one of these are great to clean around the house because each of them has a unique cleaning profile, cleansing properties, and its own custom aroma. So personally, what do I like? Cassia. I don't like cilantro at all. Kevin's favorite is Arbor Vitae. He loves that one. Fun fact about Arbor Vitae, it's actually related to cedar. It's a type of cedar. So I love cinnamon bark. I love clove, eucalyptus, lemon, lime. I love all the citrus stuff. On Guard, oh, that's my favorite probably. Oregano is a hot oil, so make sure you dilute that one for sure. Purify is great in the laundry with towels, especially. Tea tree or melaleuca is fantastic, and wild orange. Okay, so that's Amy's top list. I don't know if anybody else has something that they like to clean with. If you want to pop that in the chat, and everyone else can see. So the next slide, yes, Julie, that's great. So the best ones to use with On Guard, the oil itself, here. The concentrated cleaner that I showed you that I have mixed up in here. Purify, I touched on that one just a little bit, is a great blend. It's actually called Cleansing Blend. It's great in your laundry with towels. It's great to use to clean surfaces. Lemon, again, fantastic cleaning properties, both internally for you and in your home. And Citrus Bliss, which is one of my favorite oils. It's all things citrus with a little bit of vanilla in it. That's what I have, Citrus Bliss and Spearmint, if you wanted to know what's in my diffuser. But those are all fantastic. Lemon oil, is that my next one? my next slide.
Amy, we
think
like to mix it up as well with laundry. Like
Yes.
if you got those towels that are starting to smell, or you have kids in sports and their uniforms stink or whatever, great to put a couple drops of Purify in the water while it's washing. And then
Yes.
I'll always go back and in the rinse cycle, I'll add either peppermint for towels, lavender for sheets, citrus bliss is great for clothes. And then I'll put the same oil on dryer balls in the dryer with them. And it just gives it an extra, there you go. And it's
Brought my dryer balls.
fantastic. Just the smell, it's like a natural fabric softener, so to speak. It doesn't really, there's no synthetics, there's nothing getting on your clothes. And so they come out smelling really good.
Can we
Absolutely.
take one moment?
100% agree.
My Valentine, who does laundry. Let me just say.
My guy does laundry too. We have two good guys.
That's right.
Well, okay, so she's giving me props, but I like to get it started and get it going. I don't always like get it folded and put away right away, but you know.
Very true. All right.
hang on.
Oh, well. All right. So you can create an essential oil room spray with just a spray bottle and some oils and some water. You can create, oh, Julie's got one going there. Natural air freshener and essential oil potpourri. If you are a potpourri kind of person, some great oils for potpourri are cinnamon bark, cassia, vetiver, wild orange, clove, ginger, and cardamom. So the next slide, cleaning surfaces. Here's a great one to screenshot. Here's an all-purpose cleaning spray. So water and vinegar and 20 to 25 drops of essential oil. This says to use a pipette if you want an exact number of drops, but I just open the bottle and drip, drip, drip and count. It's really not hard. And really not hard to do that. So there are lots and lots and lots of cleaning recipes you can find online. Okay, so then the next one is cleaning the kitchen. You can eliminate odors in your sink and your fridge and your garbage in your microwave. You can make, I have actually made dishwasher
Tablet.
There you go, tablets. And then I ended up crunching them up and just making a powder out of them because it didn't quite fit in my little holder thing. User error right there. But anyway, it's great for cleaning surfaces, and you can even clean stainless steel with that. A little bit of lemon essential oil and some undiluted white vinegar. It'll clean your stainless steel. It's great for cleaning leftovers on from cooking. How do I say that? For when you're prepping your food, great to wipe off those germs off the counter. So in the bathroom, everyone's least favorite place to clean probably. Great for toilets, tiles, tub, and other surfaces. This is where I said earlier you can use some baking soda, and that's great for making a bowl cleaner. A little bit of melaleuca and baking soda and some white vinegar into your bowl. Somebody can type this in the chat. So it's a half a cup of baking soda, 10 drops of melaleuca or tea tree, and a quarter cup of white vinegar. And if you just put them all down in the bowl at the same time and let it fizz up as you scrub it, that's a great toilet bowl cleaner. Melaleuca or tea tree is a fantastic
How much vinegar?
cleaner.
Half a cup of baking soda, 10 drops of tea tree, and
a quarter cup of vinegar.
white vinegar.
Yes,
Correct.
white vinegar.
And that's great to clean your
Toilet. Scrub it around in the bowl as the vinegar and baking soda react. You can actually use a little bit of lemon essential oil and some baking soda and make a scrub for the grime that's sometimes on your tub and in your sinks. So yeah, oils are fantastic in the bathroom. And then we talked about laundry a little bit ago. We little tangent there. doTERRA has the On Guard laundry detergent, and that's a fantastic addition to your home. I use dryer balls all the time. I actually have these, and my favorite combo is Citrus Bliss and Spearmint. Slim and Sassy is also good on there too. A little bit of peppermint and citrus, that's a good one. If you don't have these, you can actually add a couple of drops of oil to a washcloth, just a clean washcloth, and stick it in the dryer with your clothes. So laundry is a great way. We talked about purify in your laundry. Kevin talked about several things. Okay, and then onto wood. I hate to dust. Hate to dust. But here's a great recipe for a furniture polish. So 4 drops of arbor vitae, Kevin's his favorite oils, 2 drops of lemon, and fractionated coconut oil. So that makes a great wood preservative and polish. Alrighty, and glass. I had a hard time imagining you could clean glass with essential oils, because glass and oils seem to smear, right? Doesn't really make sense. So a 16-ounce bottle of a 16-ounce bottle, and then a cup and a half of white vinegar, a half a cup of distilled water, and then 8 drops of your citrus oil of choice. Make sure you shake it up really well. Lemon and lime are fantastic cleaners. And then one of my favorite uses for lemon is no stick 'em. Put a few drops of lemon. Okay, so I use this at Christmas all the time. I shop at Ollie's for Christmas, and they have those dumb
orange stickers,
big orange stickers that have all those little slices in them. And when you try to pull them off, you got a blue million of those little bitty pieces.
Because they've been on there for years.
Right. And it is incredibly irritating when you're trying to be all happy about Christmas and you got to pull off those stickers. Anyway, a little bit of lemon on there, leave it on there for just a minute, and it'll pull the whole thing right out. My parents bought a house a few years ago, their first house when they retired from the ministry, and they had pine trees in the backyard. And so my sister and her husband and their little girl and my husband were picking up some of the cones and the branches, and they got the pine sap all over their hands and their fingers and arms. And they came up to the house and said, "I have an oil for that." And my brother-in-law said, "Of course you do." But it really did. We put some lemon oil in our hand and rubbed it together, and that sap came completely off. It's just fantastic for removing anything sticky. I have actually used lemon oil on a white cabinet to remove black Sharpie marker that had been there for a few days. A little bit of lemon oil and rubbed it with my finger and wiped it off with a paper towel. So it is one of my favorite oils to use in the home and with sticky stuff. So I think that's all I have. Is that my last slide?
That's your last one. Yep.
That's my last one. Whew.
Thank you, Amy. Now
You're welcome.
We're gonna flip over. I know we've gone long already because there was so much great information in there. I'm gonna breeze through these last 2 topics really quickly, but I do want you, going into Valentine's Day, after you take care of your littles and your pets and your home, I want you to remember that self-care is really important. And so I want to give you a couple tips to take care of yourself, and then to take care of your significant other as well. So again, these will be some things you might want to screenshot because I don't want to read everything to you, but be your own best Valentine. If you're giving from an empty tank, there's nothing left to give. And you're able to show up better as your best self when you've taken a little care. So I do want to talk really quick about if you have a place that you can take a bath and soak in a bath, one of the best ways to relax with your essential oils is to do that in the tub. And Epsom salts is a really powerful carrier with your essential oils to add to the bathtub. I actually keep a big apothecary jar beside my tub with a scoop in it, and fill the tub with hot water, and you can mix the baking soda right in with the Epsom salts, or use the Epsom salts by themselves, or add a little pink Himalayan sea salt. But here's why you might want to use bath salts like the Epsom salt in your tub with the essential oils. So Epsom salt alone by itself and essential oils alone by themselves are powerful, but sometimes essential oils will kind of float on top of the water. And so you might not get the full benefit from the skin softening and all of that if you don't have a carrier with it. But Epsom salt alone is really, really important because it helps with bone and cardiovascular health, PMS, anxiety, and even migraine headaches. Magnesium is found in Epsom salt, and that's an important mineral that's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions within the body. It can affect nerve and muscle function, blood pressure regulation, immune system support, etc. So many people in the US don't get enough of magnesium in their diet, just like we don't get enough of a lot of vitamins and minerals that we need without supplementation. So absorption of this critical mineral through an Epsom salt bath is a key benefit in soaking. Now, Epsom salts and baking soda, especially together with essential oils, are used for a detox bath. It is going to pull toxins out of your body, which is super, super healthy for you. But you don't want to stay like an hour in the tub with scalding hot water and then try to get up and walk, because you might feel a little dizzy and lightheaded. So you want to keep like a glass of water by the tub with you and get up slowly when you're ready to get out. But just enjoy the soak for about 20 to 30 minutes and just let yourself refresh so you can show up a little better when you get out of there. Okay, so here's some oils that you might want to use for that. Florals and citrus are really, really nice for the tub. Some of my favorites are Adaptive, Balance. Aroma Touch can be a little bit hot. Some people have more sensitive skin than others. So if you're using things with peppermint in them in the bathtub, use in small amounts until you see if your skin can tolerate it or not. But the citrus and the florals are generally really mild. And so it's a really good place to start. Balance is great. Console is great. Citrus Bliss, as Amy said, but not if you're going out in the sun after you're taking a bath. So this would be a good thing to do at night, and then wait at least 12 to 18 hours before going out in the sun. Okay. Here's a recipe for you to be your own best Valentine if you want to pamper your hair and your scalp for a little bit. This is with fractionated coconut oil, lavender. Rosemary is an excellent oil for your hair and scalp, as is cedarwood, geranium, peppermint. Those of you who are up north right now and it's like 20 degrees or less, do not want to be using peppermint because it will add to the cold. But those of us who are south, it was 80 degrees today. So on a nice hot day, peppermint is extremely refreshing on the scalp as well. But you can also, doTERRA has an amazing shampoo and conditioner. It converted me from salon products that I used before for way less. And I only have to wash my hair twice a week now, as opposed to every other day before, because it just does such a great job cleansing without stripping the oils from my scalp and drying my hair out at the same time. So I love using that, but a lot of times I'll add some extra oils to it just to give myself an extra little bump, in the morning. Maybe you're looking for hair growth, so you put rosemary in, or cedarwood, or clary sage, or maybe you just need a refreshing scalp massage, so you'll add eucalyptus or peppermint, something like that. Okay, next we're going to talk about this sensitive subject related. So reason number 17 to love your body now. How is hating it working for you? I think we're all our own worst critics. And so I love this verse from Song of Solomon. It says, your rounded thighs are like jewels, the work of a skilled craftsman. The next time you want to crucify yourself for your thighs, look up this scripture and realize that you're a work of art. And so while you can always work on yourself, it's so important to appreciate what we have to work with as well. So this is a Love My Thighs application that you can use with doTERRA coconut oil and citrus oils. Citrus oils are pressed from the rind of citrus, and they're excellent for improving circulation and lymphatic flow and for helping rid the body of excess fluid. We traveled this week. When I fly or when I travel for long distances, my left ankle swells on me. And so I use grapefruit along with cypress and fennel in fractionated coconut oil to get that swelling down. And I do it just this way. So this is a great thing to do every day. I love that it says you're prettiest when you're happy. Cadence has a little sign in her room that says a smile is the prettiest thing that you can wear. And sometimes we focus on all the wrong things, when all the people that are surrounding us that we show up for, all they want us to do is be happy, right? And so when we show up that way, the rest of the stuff doesn't matter quite so much. All right, this is a fun for my feet treatment. So just a few more things to give you some ideas for pampering. cool, refreshing feelings on your feet. I'm trying to get, I know somebody is having trouble muting. Give me 1 second. Okay. Your feet bear all the weight of everything you do for the day. So be kind to your feet so that you have a firm foundation. And one way that you might want to do that is when you get home, to soak your feet in warm water with 5 to 10 drops of lavender and melaleuca for 10 minutes. It's very cleansing, but it's also relaxing. And melaleuca is tea tree, as Amy said before. And then after you soak your feet, massage your warm, moist feet with either doTERRA's unscented body lotion or fractionated coconut oil, and mix in your favorite oils. So I had a pedicure done with my friend from college, Leslie, who came to visit a few weeks ago. And they let us actually pick essential oils to soak in and for our treatment afterwards. She picked rose.
Wow.
I picked pepper, spearmint, and eucalyptus because that's one of my stress relief blends. And there was a little rosemary in it as well. So those are, I like the invigorating feel of the lotion, or you might like something like rose that feels really pampering and luxurious. Pick what works for you and what makes you feel special. All right, this is a great one that I really want to take a moment to focus on because a lot of people may not know this, but when we talk about Valentine's Day is all about hearts. And so we want to talk about our heart and heart health. And you may not know, but the bacteria in your mouth and gum disease can be an indicator of heart disease. So when oral bacteria are introduced into the bloodstream, the bacteria can attach itself into already forming plaque on your arterial walls, accelerating arterial plaque or increasing inflammation at the site. It's possible that oral inflammation associated with periodontal disease increases your entire system's susceptibility to inflammation. Diseases such as heart disease and diabetes are inflammatory diseases. So when we're taking care of our whole self, it's important that we start with our mouth. Right now, I don't know if you've heard this a lot with the pestilence, as we say, going around, but one of the safeguards against that is to gargle with a good mouthwash and kill the bacteria in your mouth every day. So it's really good to use the toothpaste that Amy talked about earlier and the mouthwash to keep your gums and your teeth healthy, because it not only affects your mouth, it affects your whole immune system and the inflammatory response in your body, and it guards your heart. So this next slide talks a little more about heart health. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it, according to Proverbs. So any of these oils that are pictured can be taken in a capsule to support heart health. You can also use oils topically. I roll oils over my heart every day to support my cardiovascular health. When you are supporting cardiovascular health, everybody responds a little bit differently. So all of these oils have known benefits to help with heart health, but we always say start simple and find the blend that works for you. But all of these are ones that you may want to consider. Bergamot, lemon, marjoram is a great oil for muscles, and the heart is the most important muscle in the body. So marjoram does a great job of supporting that. I personally love frankincense, helichrysum, and lavender and ylang ylang. They're part of the roller ball that I use every day. Clary sage is great. Cassia is in my mix as well. Coriander. Petitgrain is the manly lavender. If you don't like the smell of lavender, it has many similar benefits. I think it smells like green beans, so I prefer the lavender, but some people, everybody has different preferences. And lime as well. So if you want a really easy to, you're not quite to the place of using things internally and you would rather do something topically, our touch oils are amazing. Helichrysum comes in a touch. Also peace. Neroli is one of my dad's favorite for blood pressure and cardiovascular support. Jasmine touch is great. Peace touch, a lot of guys like to use that because it's easy peasy and they can just roll it right over their heart or on their pulse points.
Doesn't lavender come in a touch also?
Lavender does come in a touch, so that's a great one as well.
And frankincense.
Yeah, so several of them do come in a touch form as well. Or of course you can make up your own roller ball if you want to make a blend, and that's great too. All right, here's a little spa therapy meditation blend for prayer or relaxation, or just taking a few minutes alone, locked up in a room without crying babies or screaming kids or whatever, because we all have our worst moments as well as our best. So if you need to just refresh for a little bit, 3 drops of frank, 1 drop of myrrh, 1 drop of sandalwood, and a drop of cinnamon bark. It's kind of a deep spa feeling that really all of these oils really support the brain. And so it's just very calming and helps you relax, not necessarily just sleep, but just relax and be able to calm down a little bit. Of course, our adaptive line is great for that as well, but this kind of makes you feel like you're at a spa, just being able to take a few minutes at home. Okay, moving into Valentine. Amy talked about diffusion and why we diffuse. Using a diffuser is a great way to create a therapeutic impact quickly. Not only does it reduce the bacteria and fungus and mold, as she said, but it relaxes the body and mind. It improves your concentration and focus, gets rid of odors, and it just creates a beautiful aroma in your home or your office that basically you can decide what you want it to be. Now, right now, since it's Valentine's Day week, Passion is one of my favorite oils that I'm working with right now. Here's a couple of diffuser blends using Passion oil. But one thing that you want to remember when using a diffuser is to care for it properly. So if you're using it every day, about once a week, take your white vinegar that Amy talked about, add 10 drops of it or so with the water to your diffuser and run it for about 5 minutes without any oils in it. And then you can get in there and clean the silver part around the bottom with a little bit of, with a Q-tip to get in there really good. If you use a lot of citrus, it'll build up in there. And sometimes you'll notice that it may change the way things smell a little bit. So if you'll do that and wipe it out, your diffuser will last longer. And it's also going to give you a better overall performance. All right, so treat your Valentine to a feast of the senses. Here's another diffuser blend for you. But smell is so important in affecting the way that we feel and think and behave. One of our other classes will go into deeper information on that with the olfactory system, but it is a very, very real thing that impacts the way that we feel. And so when we're talking about, we promised this would be a G-rated class last week. It was not a G-rated class. If you're interested in that, we can give you the link and you can show it for that one, but we're doing a G-rated version here tonight. And so, but many oils do have romance and aphrodisiac benefits. And so just find the oil that comforts you and relaxes you the most, but you're much more likely to extend love when you feel at peace and in balance. So here's just a couple of oils, which you'll see in the next few slides. We're going to revisit a little bit. It mentions Whisper right here along with Passion that we just talked about. Whisper just changed from the 5 milliliter bottle to a convenient roll-on, and it's an amazing blend for women that you can wear as a perfume, but it has wonderful hormonal benefits as well. So here's 2 recipes for rollerball blends you can make up as a his and hers blend. Oils aren't just for girls, oils are for guys too. And so some of the oils cross over and can be used for either one, but there are scents that are not feminine at all and are very manly and very supportive to men. Patchouli and sandalwood and cedarwood are 3 that are just excellent for that. And they're used in this blend. A lot of guys like to use them for deodorant. Going on to the next here, let's talk about common sense for men. We have a little play on words there. But if you're blending, if you want some natural, for women, pure fume, we call it a lot, or an aftershave or a cologne, you can do that very naturally with your essential oils without all of the chemicals that you would get in standard fragrances. And so this is just a top, a middle, and a base note suggestions of things that are really good for men and blend well in different rollerballs. You can make it up in a rollerball form, or we suggest that you could do an aftershave or a beard oil as well, because beard oil makes scruff kissable, right? So this is a great gift for Valentine's Day that you can mix up with either some jojoba oil or fractionated coconut oil and put any of these blends in, whatever smells good with you. So these are just some blends to get you started, but this chart on the left shows you how to layer, start with the base note, add a middle note, and finish with the top note, and just have fun experimenting and creating your own fragrances. It can be really fun if you're a DIYer. And you get positive health benefits. Doesn't just smell good, but it's also good for their body as well. All right, so here is a sheet spray. Amy talked about how you can do a room spray. You can also do a sheet spray. So at Christmas time, doTERRA came out with Adaptive and Serenity and like a linen spray, but you can also make your own at home. And this is a really good, we call it the tropical honeymoon spritz, but you just put water in a bottle, distilled water. And here's a recipe. Of course, you can make your own recipe with other things, but this is a great suggestion. This is a 2-ounce bottle. So just 15 drops of ylang ylang, 5 drops of sandalwood, 5 drops of bergamot. You shake it and you just simply spray it on your sheets. It's wonderful. It makes sleeping and just being in bed in general very a nice sensory experience that you want to lay down in your bed. So we'll leave that right there. Okay, so let's talk about giving a great massage. Here's just a couple of tips when you want to give a massage to your significant other. Now, massage is good for everyone. We talked about being good for your pet. It's good for babies. It's good for kids. And it's another way that we can connect with our spouse as well. So this is a whipped massage oil that you can make with tingling peppermint. So again, this may not be one that you want to do if you keep the house really cold, because you might want to use ylang ylang or something like that. But peppermint is very cool and refreshing, and it feels good if you're sore and tight and you have tension in your shoulders and your feet. But overall, I challenge you in this week of Valentine's Day to give a massage to somebody, because the power of touch it can't be argued with. It's very, very important. And so this is one thing that you can do, but you can also just simply use fractionated coconut oil and mix your favorite oil in it and just rub somebody's shoulders. Or, as we're going to show in this next slide, there's 2 powerful techniques that doTERRA has introduced us to. Kevin and I are actually certified instructors of the Aroma Touch technique. Amy has trained with us. Right now we're shut down with trainings because of COVID. But if you Google the Aroma Touch technique, you can get a little bit of a view of what that is. But it is amazing for the
yes.
health and wellness in the body, which giving and receiving, right? Because the giver gets benefit through aroma, just like the receiver does. And so I just really encourage you to look into that. When we're able to train again, we would love to help you learn. But it takes about, what would you say, Amy, about 45 minutes, right, to give an aroma touch session, which again is good for the giver and the receiver. But also doTERRA, Boyd Truman, who is a leader with doTERRA, developed this Symphony of the Cells protocol. And these are short protocols that are based on the body's needs, along with the power of touch. So Aroma Touch is more about the technique and the 8 oils that it uses. Symphony of the Cells takes different things that you may be struggling with, like hormonal balance,
respiratory
support, forgiveness is even in here, respiratory, you said, lymphatic, inflammatory, whatever is a specific thing that you might be dealing with. It gives you protocols on what oils to use and how to apply them just to the back and the back of the neck and the feet. And it is a powerful way to increase your overall wellness. So that's something else that you may want to look into. Also, if you don't have time to do a full aroma touch technique, like Amy talked about with the reflexology, you can do just a hand treatment. So hands are one of 3 reflex locations on the body that contain the organ system that she was talking about that correlates to other places in your body. So those points are known to affect digestive, respiratory, urinary, reproductive systems. And so your hands, your feet, and your ears are all 3 powerful places. And when you add essential oils in with touch, your body responds in powerful ways with stress and tension and pain and all of those things. So it can be as simple as when your spouse gets home from work, taking their hands in yours, asking about their day, and applying oils in this way. Now, if you want a screenshot, I won't take the time to go through this, but this actually tells you how to do the Aroma Touch technique, and you can Google it as well. But you can use whatever oil of your choice. Balance, Aroma Touch, Rose is really good this week. Passion would be great. On Guard would be really good for just immunity. Any of those oils, whatever you want to choose, there is no wrong way, but it's about the touch and the technique, the oils add to that as well. All right. So just a few things really quick. You can treat your
Wow.
Valentine to a feast of the senses. We've already talked about smell. We've talked about touch. Now we're going to talk about taste. And what's Valentine's Day without a little dessert, right? So there are, I actually have a recipe that came from the book, the ebook that came with last week's class. And this is chalk oil lattes. And I'm going to post this recipe as well, but it talks about how to make your own homemade chocolates without all of the stuff that comes in standard chocolates. Like right now, Kevin can't have soy in his diet, and so it rules out a lot of chocolates. But this is something that we can make that he could enjoy because it uses dark melting chocolate that doesn't have soy in it. And then you add wild orange or peppermint or something like that, whatever the flavor is. Cardamom is great as well. But some other ideas are to make.
Sunday to make those?
Huh?
Do we have to wait until Sunday to make those?
Yeah, we can make them this weekend. You have to buy me molds first though. So anyway, the this chocolate bliss raspberry parfait, doesn't that look beautiful? That's an extra little special dessert there that you can make. You could dip some pretzels in melted white chocolate with citrus bliss for a sweet salty combo. You can make some homemade chocolate covered strawberries with peppermint or fill with Greek yogurt and wild orange essential oil for delicious sweet treat. You can do brownies and flavor them with spearmint or peppermint. We also like to drink iced tea in like our fancy stemware glasses, and we flavor that with spearmint. Kevin, you want to tell, you are the iced tea maker, so you want to just give a real quick.
It's very simple. We do decaf because I can't have caffeine, but make your favorite pot of iced tea. And then when the liquid and tea bags are steep, soaked, whatever, and it's cooled down to room temperature, you can add a couple drops of spearmint depending upon how big your batch is. I'll do about a gallon and a half, and I'll put about 13 to 14 drops of spearmint in that. And then you just stir it up real good and store it in a glass bottle. You don't want to store it in plastic because of the oil in there. But just a fantastic tasting tea. It's really good. We've had friends of ours that said they've done this and they've added wild orange and spearmint to it and love the flavor of both. So it's just fantastic. Really good for a great, refreshing twist on your sweet tea this summer.
It's fun to experiment. They also like doing sparkling water and adding grapefruit oil to it. There's all kinds of, there's endless things that you can do with it as well. Just remember that if you're using a hot oil like cinnamon, I know we keep talking about hot oils, but remember that oils are potent. So if you're using something like cinnamon, start not with a drop, but actually with a toothpick dipped in the oil and swirling it a little bit. Peppermint, we like a lot of. So when I make a pan of peppermint brownies, I put at least 8, if not more, drops of peppermint in. Some people only like 3. So just experiment and realize you can always add more, but you can't take it away once it's in there. So, all right, here's a little recipe for the parfaits. If you want that, this would be replaced now with, instead of the Slim and Sassy Trim Shake, you would use doTERRA's new chocolate protein and blend it in there, but you can really do it in any way you want. It's meant to give you kind of a visual and make it your own, but it's a beautiful dessert that you can make for Valentine's Day. A lot of people like fondue as well, and that's something else that you can add oils to give it a little bit more zing. All right, here is just real quick of hot chocolate that you can make, or you can just standard. This is with cocoa powder and stevia and agave, and it suggests cinnamon bark, lavender, wild orange, or peppermint. This is great for winter, but you can also just add it to your standard hot chocolate, whatever you would do. It just takes everything up a little bit, up a notch. All right, here's 2 really quick pictures before we wrap up tonight of how you might want to put together a Valentine's gift using essential oils. This is a girl's guide to get something for your guy, because oils are not just for girls. One of the colognes that we talked about, you can make lotion bars with lavender and peppermint to soften hands and feet. The root to tip serum, if you don't feel like mixing up your own beard oil, the root to tip serum is amazing for softening the beard as well. On Guard beadlets are fantastic to pop during the day for immunity and also for fresh breath. Kevin really likes cinnamon, as well as like peppermint mint. So if you're somebody that likes that, On Guard beadlets are amazing for that. Here's a DIY essential hair wax as well. And then of course the chocolate dip pretzels with essential oils that we talked about.
Yeah.
And then here's one for the guys, for their girls. I love this 10 reasons I love you card. And of course that could go the other way as well. A lip balm to soften lips. There's peppermint beadlets to freshen the breath, aroma touch oil that you can use for massage, fractionated coconut oil. Here's the healing hands lotion with Bulgarian rose, beautiful rose lotion, but it also 100% of the proceeds from that goes to support the Healing Hands initiative around the world, which is just amazing. And one of the things that I love so much about doTERRA, because it lifts others around the world. And then chocolate dip pretzels again with that. We really like sweet and salty together, don't we? Right? All right. So for those of you, do you already have a wholesale membership? Let's talk really quickly about how everybody can get $50 doTERRA dollars free this month. So if you're ready to get some of the oils in your home, so a lot of you may already have oils in your home. Some of you are brand new and just sticking your toes in a little bit. There's two different ways that you can get oils. You can get as a retail customer or as a wholesale member. Most people choose to become wholesale members like Amy and I are, because it offers you 25% off. Friends don't let friends pay retail. And so there's no risks involved in this. It's kind of like shopping at Sam's or Costco. And it gives you the ability to get the same price as we get. It does not mean that you have to sell essential oils, although we would love to have you on our team if you're looking to create a second source of income. But it operates literally as a wholesale customer to give you a better price on things and to thank you for your loyalty. So being a part of our team gives you access to classes and resources and events and all kinds of fun things. And so let's talk about a couple different ways that you can get $50 doTERRA dollars free this month. So doTERRA has only done this just a few times, but this month we don't only have an enrollment special, but we have a special for people who are already wholesale customers and want to share with their friends. So when you enroll with a $150 order, you get $50 in free oils of your choice, which I think is amazing because you already are getting wholesale prices and their bundle. A lot of the kits that you start with are bundle discounts, which save you even more, and they're going to give you $50 more free. But they're not just going to give it to you, they're also going to give it to the person who introduced you or invited you here tonight. Okay. So both of you are going to get $50 doTERRA dollars free. So even if you're already enrolled, if you share with somebody and help them get started with their own account this month, they're not just going to get 50 free, you're going to get 50 free as well. I love that. This is valid only for the month of February. Then also this stacks with another promotion that we have going on right now, which is both for new people and for people who already have a wholesale account. When you place a 200 PV order this month, which is around $200, give or take a little bit, you're going to get that On Guard collection that Amy talked about free, which is the On Guard hand soap, the On Guard sanitizing mist, a 15 ml bottle of On Guard, and the On Guard roller ball. So for all the immunity things, for all the germ killing things, for all the reasons that we need our immune system to be strong right now, they ran this promotion last February, right before our country shut down. And let me tell you, I was never so grateful to have gotten the freebies that I got. And April of last year, these products, like, we sold so much of it that we had trouble getting it for a while because everybody realized the effectiveness of them, and we can all get them free right now. So very exciting. Let me talk to you about a couple of ways that you can get started if you don't already have a wholesale account, or a way that you can help someone get started that you may know. So this Nature Solutions kit, or we call it Natural Solutions, is the ultimate lifestyle renovation. If you're sick and tired of chemicals in your life, if you're sick and tired of your family being sick and tired, if you just need a health overall and you are the person that says, I need to get started with revamping everything and I need it right now, and you want the greatest savings, this is the best deal. Not only do you save $250, but you also get your $50 free plus the On Guard items, which is about an $86 value. Is that right, Amy? 86?
81, 86 or 81.
Okay. And that's wholesale price. So This includes all of that, plus you get both of the promos. That one in US dollars is $570. If you really liked the section that Amy talked about tonight about creating a healthy home with the diffuser and the cleaners, and also the shampoo and conditioner that we talked about, and the toothpaste, this is the Healthy Home Kit, which is amazing starter kit of oils with those companion products. This would also help you save $90, give you a free wholesale membership, and gets you both of those promotions free.
And they're the big bottles.
Big bottles. Yep. So I don't know if I have
15 ml.
This is a 15 ml as opposed to a 5 ml. And this kit includes all the big bottles, which is 3 times as much oil. Okay, next is the Healthy Essentials Enrollment Kit. This includes not the top 10, but 10 of the top. It's not what we refer to as the top 10 because it doesn't have frankincense in it, but it does have Deep Blue, the Digest that Amy talked about, On Guard, Copaiba, which is amazing for pain and inflammation, Breathe, Lavender, Peppermint, Lemon, Balance, and Adaptive, which is our mind and mood oil. And it comes with a free diffuser. This one you save a little over $100 with, and you're also going to get both of those promotions. So the $86 free on top of that, plus $50 in free oils of your choice. If you are looking for something at a lower price point and you want small bottles instead of large, and you want to start with our sample type of kit, this is another great start with our top 10 oils and a small diffuser that's called the Healthy Start Kit. And it comes with peppermint, lavender, lemon, frankincense, oregano, melaleuca, tea tree, Deep Blue, Breathe, On Guard, and Digest Then. This one, you won't get the free On Guard products, but you will still get the $50 in free oils of your choice. So those are great options to choose from. If none of them, if you saw some other stuff and you're like, oh, I don't see that wasn't in the kit, and you want to create your own kit, there's another option for that with our Simple Solutions kit. You start with this base kit that's $105 and let us help you build and customize your own kit and help you get the promotions that you can achieve with that as well. So there's lots of different options. And for those of you who are already members or those of you starting out, we also have an optional rewards program called the Loyalty Rewards that helps you save an additional up to 10 to 30% on orders that you place by getting back points like these doTERRA dollars that we're all getting free this month. So Amy and I usually get about $100 free every 2 months or so. And so it's like Christmas all year long. I'm sure Amy gets about the same thing because we've just converted all the things we used to buy at Walmart over to buying it from our doTERRA account, saving on the front end. And then in addition, getting those points back to get free products, which we use to buy things like rose and frankincense and those more investment oils that hurt our pocketbook to purchase, but we get them for free. So
sometimes it takes us less than 2 months to achieve that because.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but because we buy our supplements, we buy our cleaning products, we buy everything. But you choose how to make it work for you. But as a wholesale member, it's not mandatory. There's no minimum amount to spend every month, but your best deal is always through the Loyalty Rewards program so that you get rewarded for shopping, kind of like frequent flyer miles. So doTERRA has so much to offer. We love what we do and we love what we use, and we only share what we feel fantastically comfortable recommending. We use these in our family, and I hope that you learned some valuable things tonight. I know we covered a lot of topics, but I hope that you were able to take some great things away and that you'll be able to use these with your home and your family. Please feel free to share the video when we have it posted to the groups with anybody who you feel like might be interested. Even if you're just enrolling and starting your first time account and you introduce doTERRA to somebody else, you get 50 for starting your account. And if you introduce somebody else, you can get 50 for introducing them as well. So this is the time for sure. As soon as I got my own wholesale account, within 3 days, I had introduced my mom to hers as well. And she got her 50 free as well. So anyway, I thank you so much for taking time out of your night to join us. I know Kevin has something to say. Go ahead.
Well, I just wonder because I know there was not a whole lot of questions in the chat because I think a lot of people were just focused on the slides that you guys were doing, which is great. And I didn't want to prompt questions because I didn't want to distract from that. So they're probably screenshotting. So I didn't know if maybe you'd want to open it up just for a few minutes
Sure.
if anybody had any questions before we sign off.
Let's go ahead and close out our part of the call as far as the teaching part of it. But Amy and I are going to hang for a little bit in case there's any questions that anybody wants. If you don't want to talk publicly and you want to private message us, that's fine as well. But feel free to do that starting now. If you don't have questions, we just want to say thank you for showing up and for letting us share some of our favorite things with you tonight. And if you'd like to hang, please do that. I'm going to unmute everybody and I'm going to turn off the recording so that we can hang for just a little bit. I'm going to unmute first and then I will. And it's not mandatory that you unmute. I'm pressing ask to unmute, but you don't have to if you don't have anything that you want to say. All right. And I am a little box. Okay, I'm going to turn off the screen share here. For the love, I shut down all those windows and now I can't find how to get back to them. All right, stop video. There we go. You still on the chat, Kevin?
Yes.
All right.